All right, you're jacked in. Slay Queens. We're talking Buffy the Vampire Slayer to be full titles on this show. Daniel Ehrenberg over here. I've watched them all a million times. Watching them on the streaming service for the first time. All right, and over there, Logan, be there, the newbie. How's it going?
What a week for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Not really for Buffy herself so much, but a lot of the people surrounding Buffy, right? Xander, Faith, the Watcher. I guess that's about Buffy, right? The Watcher. But
yeah,
what
lot going on this week.
What are you watching these on? Are you watching these on Hulu?
Yeah, I'm watching them on Hulu. They're doing a good job with them.
Yeah, they are. I'm worried that they're going to disappear at some point.
They said they were going to, and then they didn't. So I think maybe Hulu's paying for them rights.
It'll likely happen at some point, though, during the run of us doing this.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure someone else will pick it up.
I can have my mommy send me my DVDs.
What about me? What am I going to do? I'm sure somebody else will pick them up.
Yeah.
Peacock or whatever.
The Cock. I would love it. It'd probably be Max, because I think it's a Warner Brothers show.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that. All right. L-Dog.
Yep.
We're talking the Zeppo and Bad Girls today. Two big eps. Well,
Two big Zeps.
Very good. Very good. I'm a fan of both of these. I was excited to rewatch them. And I'm excited to hear your thoughts on them. But first, should we talk about the week?
Oh, yeah.
The Zeppo came out.
Absolutely.
All right,
Jan
the Zeppo,
26.
Yeah, the Zeppo aired Jan 26, 99. The number one song in America, Bow Now Now. That's right, Baby One More Time.
I feel like that was really bad what you just did.
What do you mean?
Do it again.
Bow Now Now.
All right. That's okay.
That's the opening of Baby One More Time.
Yeah, I feel like it was better the second time. The first one, I didn't quite understand what you were going for.
Oh, well, it's because I hadn't said the title yet.
Okay.
All right, listen, Baby One More Time. What a classic. I remember the first time I saw it. Probably gave me a little boy boner. Well, I was 13, but it gave me a medium boner. And, yeah. You know what? I have this memory, Logan, of when Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera came out. And I was watching TRL. And Carson Daly was interviewing some bro on the street, just like some random guy in New York City. And he was like, "What do you think of Britney? She's hot, huh?" And the guy goes, "I don't know. I like that new girl, Christina."
Yeah, what did Carson say?
She was like, "Oh, Christina Aguilera getting some play." For some reason that lives rent free in my mind, as the kids say.
They have history, right? Carson and Christina.
Do they?
Don't they? Oh no, I'm just thinking of they're on The Voice together. Wasn't she a judge of that show?
You're right about that. But no, he was all fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt at the time, back in her glory days, pre 911. All right. The number one song in the UK, I loved this. Pretty Fly for a White Guy by The Offspring.
Yeah.
Great song.
Mm-hmm.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Why do they do that twice?
I'm not really sure, but that's a line in that song. All right. Big week, Logan, this one. Would you like to talk sport or movie first?
Sport.
Okay, sport. The NHL All-Star Game happened. All right? North America versus the world. North America won 8-6.
Hell yeah.
And the MVP of the 1999 All-Star Game, Wayne Gretzky.
Wow.
Still, Wayne Gretzky killing it with a goal and 2 assists. He was on the New York Rangers at this time in his career.
1 goal and 2 assists, that did it?
Yeah, I don't think anyone scored more than 1 goal, but that's 3 points. Pretty good.
Yeah, 3 of 8.
Yeah. All right. And the other sport, wrestling. pro wrestling. All right. Now, the Royal Rumble happened over the weekend. So that's what the WWF was dealing with. This was, of course, the Royal Rumble that Vince McMahon entered at number 2 and then hid for most of it and ended up winning.
Yeah, all right.
All right, a great one. And but the classic match of that pay-per-view is The Rock versus Mankind. Mankind was the champion, and they had an I Quit match, Logan, in which The Rock handcuffed Mankind to the ropes and hit him in the fucking head with a chair 7 times. It was disgusting.
Is Mick Foley still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive, amazingly.
That is amazing.
But you could watch the documentary Beyond the Mat, and they filmed that night. And you could see his
Is this
family.
when they go into the audience and stuff? Did that happen in that match?
No.
They go up and... Okay.
I don't think so. But you could see his family, Mankind's family in the audience, just his wife and kids crying because their father and husband is going to die. Okay.
The Rock won?
The Rock won. Yeah, he won. But it was like a screwy finish. They had recorded Mankind talking about the match earlier, the previous Raw, and Mankind wasn't quitting, and so over the loudspeaker they played a recording of him going I quit.
That's amazing.
And, yeah, it was incredible stuff. Real screwball finish.
I like that.
All right, movies. 2 big award shows this week. Well, not really. One big award show, the Golden Globes. Are you playing the Henry theme right now?
No.
All right. Well, the GGs, the Golden Globes, Hollywood Foreign Press, mostly French. Best drama, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
All right. Best comedy, Shakespeare in Love.
Shakespeare, yep.
Yeah. And best dramatic actor, here are the 3 big stories at the Golden Globes. The best drama actor winner was Jim Carrey for The Truman Show. Didn't even get nominated for the Oscar. All right, amazing.
Yeah.
Then David E. Kelly, what a night for him. He definitely got his dick sucked by his wife Michelle Pfeiffer that night, because he won. He became the only writer, still to this day, in television history to win Best Drama and Best Comedy at the same awards show.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, The Practice in the drama category, Ally McBeal in the comedy category.
Are they still married?
They are still married.
Wow.
Yeah. She's stuck with that guy. Well, he had some fallow years, but he's back on top, bro. He wrote Big Little Lies. He just wrote that Love and Death show. He's doing well.
Yeah.
All right. And the other big news, Best Drama Actress TV winner, Kerry Russell for Felicity, even though they'd only aired a few episodes of that show.
What about you? You were glad?
Oh, I was so pumped.
Yeah,
very
you were
excited
all watching immediately.
Carrie. What's up?
You're watching that show immediately?
Oh, I watched the pilot the night it aired.
Yeah, why? Who are you a fan of at that point?
Nobody, but they were promoting the fuck out of it. It premiered after Buffy. I was like, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
I was glad I did. All right, Sundance Film Festival happened.
Yeah.
The big news there was Blair Witch Project. That was debuted there. Everyone loved it. Run Lola Run also debuted at this Sundance Film Festival. And Happy Texas. Have you ever heard of that movie?
No.
All right. Well, the big thing with Happy Texas was it premiered at Sundance. Everyone loved it. And it became the first indie at a festival that a studio ponied up over $10 million to buy because they were so sure that it was going to be a big breakout hit on the level of like the Full Monty or something. But nope, no one really went to see it.
Yeah, clearly didn't happen.
Yeah, I saw it, but Steve Zahn. It's him pretending to be gay. A lot of it. All right. Number one movie in America. Now it's Varsity Blues.
Still.
Yeah, Varsity Blues. And the highest debut was at number 15, and that was Sidney Lumet's horrible remake of John Cassavetes' Gloria. All right.
Okay.
Replacing Jenna Rollins with Sharon Stone.
All right.
All right, that's all I got, bro.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. The Zeppo, directed by James Whitmore Jr. This is his final episode as a Buffy director.
The writer also.
Yeah, you're right. True. Whitmore did I Only Have Eyes for You, Beauty and the Beast. I don't remember. But
I got him. Dead Man's Party, Beauty and the Beast, Gingerbread, this one.
Thank you. Yeah. And Dan Weber only wrote Lover's Walk and this one and then went back to animation.
Yeah, that sucked. I liked both that one and this one.
Yeah, I like this one even more. Well,
no.
I don't want to say that. I like them both. Okay. Let's get into it, Logan. Scrote them notes.
All right. Well, you sort of brought up last week how Giles is like how he got into the action at the end of that last episode, right? How he killed somebody, right?
Yeah.
Did you do that? And did you do that because now that's sort of his role? Now he's in on the action all the time?
I wasn't even thinking about it, but he did have a lot. He fought a lot these 2 episodes. He did some kind of badass shit in Bad Girls.
Yeah, he fights with that sword. Remember, the demon has the sword. He has the sword, or the vampire, or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of this episode, we have like they're all down underground, right? It's like, and Giles is helping. He's battling the demons, and he's like, I heard that there's a nest and everything. So I don't know. I kind of like that Giles is like in on it. I don't know.
Sure. Well, he's no longer the watcher, so he's got to be a doer.
Yeah, right. But Xander's not in on the action, is he?
No.
What happened to him? Was he hiding or did he fall? Did he get hurt?
He got hit. He said, have you seen my spine lying around here? So I assume he just got like knocked over and was just down for the whole fight.
Oh, I thought that could have meant he was spineless, like he was a scaredy cat.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's why I was conflicted. I didn't know if he got hurt or if he was just a little wimp.
But I think he got hurt.
Okay, that's fair enough.
He was like under debris.
Yeah, I know, but he could have been hiding. He could have like
hiding under debris.
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I don't know. But Jimmy Olsen reference. Do you like that? And then Cordelia later does it, and he's like, "Hey, I did that."
Of course, I like Jamie Olsen, one of my favorite DC
Jamie
comic
Olsen?
book characters. Jimmy Olsen, come on! I've read Jimmy Olsen solo comics.
Wow, you're a big fan.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a good Jimmy Olsen in a movie?
Not really, to be honest.
Anyone even notable? Can you remember who has played Jimmy Olsen ever? Because there have been Jimmy Olsens.
I don't. I feel like Superman Returns might have had like a notable actor as Jimmy Olsen, but I don't remember who it was.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'll look it up.
Okay, I feel like there was one in like Batman v Superman also. Maybe.
That could be. It was Sam Huntington in Superman Returns. Who gives a shit about him?
Yeah. All right, well, Xander, he tries to play football with these guys. He's like, hey, guys, pass me the ball. And the ball ends up flying over his head, and it hits this guy, Jack O'Toole. Now, who's this guy?
The actor?
Yeah, you know Jack you know the actor?
Yeah, I do.
I liked him. I thought he was good.
I don't know his name off the top of my head, but hang on. I'm so distracted looking up Jimmy Olsen right now.
Sorry.
Just give me a quick second there. I can't.
He says, "What are you, retarded?" That's what he says to Xander.
Oh, it was Michael Cassidy as Jimmy Olsen in Batman v Superman. I love that guy. He was Zach, of course, from the OC. So, But going back to Jack from Buffy, I knew this actor from basically three things. All right, he's in Biodome
Oh
with
my
Pauly
god, I'm gonna
Shore.
watch that today, I think.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing him. He's one of Peter Facinelli's friends in Can't Hardly Wait,
Okay.
trying to get him to break up with his girlfriend at the party.
Is Peter
And
Facinelli the guy from Twilight?
yes.
Okay.
And do you remember the scene in Boogie Nights where a guy has Mark Wahlberg jerk off in a car
Yeah, of course.
and then beats him up?
Yeah, of course.
It's this guy.
Wow, holy shit. So that's
Yeah.
those are three pretty notable things.
Incredible stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him here. I thought he was a good bully.
I agree. He's a fine addition to the Buffy canon, although this is his only appearance.
Obviously, he gets eaten at the end of
He certainly does. Yeah. This actor, by the way, his name is Channon Rowe. That's a wild name.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. But Cordelia comes up and she's like, Xander, you're a loser. All your other friends are all cool and you suck. And this is where she drops the Zeppo thing. And then he goes to lunch and he's like, Oz, you're cool. How do I be cool? And Oz is like, I'm cool? What? I thought that was funny. And
Oz is great in that scene.
yeah, he is. He's great in every scene, I feel like. And Xander learns he needs a thing. He's like, I need my own thing. Well, what's Oz's thing, actually? He's like, he's in a band. He's like, you're in a band. That's your thing. My thing, I need a thing. And we don't learn his thing yet until a little bit later, right? But Oz goes and he locks himself in the whatchamacallit?
The book return cage.
Yeah, that was fun. He's like, I thought it was actually funny. Oz is like, you're late, and he's like, you know me. It was funny. And we learned about the Sisterhood of J.
Yeah, Zhe. It's like Zhe, I believe it's spelled.
All right, we learn all about that, and I didn't really know much about it, but what I gather is they're trying to open the Hellmouth.
Yeah. I mean, basically, the episode is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, right? Like that's a play by Tom Stoppard, I believe, where it's like it takes two characters from Hamlet, and it's like this is what was going on with these guys while Hamlet was happening in the background.
Oh,
So it's
Lion
like-
King 1.5. You should have said that.
Okay, excuse me. I
Wow.
never saw that.
Oh my god. I never even thought about that. The Lion King 1.5 is also like a Shakespeare thing.
Oh yeah, you're right, and that's Hamlet even.
I never thought about that one time in my life ever.
So Lion King 1.5 is literally Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead with Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, I was making a joke, but I actually stumbled upon something I never thought about.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
Good catch.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah, so but it's like basically like this is Xander's life while like Buffy the Vampire Slayer the show is happening. And so
I
like
loved it.
the actual storyline of the Sisterhood of Jay opening up the Hellmouth is incidental. Like you barely have to think about it.
Yeah, it's not what the episode's about.
Yeah.
And so we see a scene. I was like, "What? This scene is so random." Buffy and Willow talking, and they're like, "Well, the Hellmouth's opening soon, so you know what that means. We've gotta do research." And I'm like, "This scene is so odd. I've never seen any scene that's felt more forced with the dialogue about like." And then you see like that's not the point of this scene either. The point of this, I guess, that's the whole point of this episode actually, because the point of this scene isn't what they're talking about. It's Xander showing up in his car, and then you're like, "Oh, I guess that's the whole point of this scene is that they're outside and Xander show." So I didn't even think about that. But so Xander shows up and he's like, "I'm a car guy. I got a car," and they're like, "All right, whatever."
Is this a penis metaphor?
How so? What do you mean?
No, that's what Buffy says. She
Oh.
goes, "It's my thing."
Oh, yeah, I guess
All
so.
right.
But so they send him on an errand. They're like, "Go get us some donuts because we're gonna do the heavy lifting. You go there." And he runs into Cordelia. She's all mean to him. She calls him expendable. And I have a question: is Nicholas Brennan? Is that his name?
Brendan.
Nicholas Brendan? Is he in the Expendables movies?
No, but Charisma Carpenter is.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. We talked about that one time.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's so cool. I wonder if they thought about that. They were like, we'll get her because of that one episode where she says expendable. That's
I
great.
wanna.
Is she in more than one?
I've only ever seen one.
Okay. Who is
But
she?
she's in that one. She's like dating Sylvester Stallone.
I hope she comes back then. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But I want to point out that Xander's car was given to him by Uncle Rory, who's a character that has been mentioned many times.
Really?
This is probably the third mention of Uncle Rory in the series. We'll later meet him in a later episode, so we know a few things about him now. He does taxidermy. He's got a lot of DUIs, and he owns a '57 Chevy.
Okay. Did we talk to Oz? Oz, I feel like, called somebody once and was like, "Hey, did my cousin bite me ever?"
That was cousin Jordy.
Oh, okay. I don't remember the uncle, Xander's uncle, but I remember the taxidermy line. I don't remember the other thing, the second thing you said though. But
well, that was from this episode.
Oh, okay. But all right, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So keep him in mind.
Okay. So he runs into a girl when he's there. The girl's like, "Ooh, I really like your car." And Xander's like, "Yeah, you see that, Cordelia? She likes my car." And so he drives off with her. They go to the Bronze. And who does he run into at the Bronze? He runs into his bully, right?
Yeah. Hey, I have a theory about this actress playing the girl.
Okay.
All right. She later shows up in one episode of Angel. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's the only episode of Angel that Joss Whedon has a cameo in.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so he was fucking her.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Okay. So he has a cameo in it.
Yeah, he has a little cameo as a demon in one episode of Angel.
Okay. Is he ever in Buffy?
I think you hear his voice, but I think we passed that already.
Oh, he's moaning, right?
No, well, yes, but I think in Nightmares,
what a fucking creep.
There's one episode where like they're listening to the radio, and the voice on the radio is him.
Okay, that's fucking weird. Like one of his only contributions to the not his only contribution, but like actually on screen kind of is when he's moaning during the sex scene, and he got like an assistant to moan with him. What a weirdo!
I know.
Oh my gosh! All right, so the bully's there. And first I liked that the girl is like really obsessed with cars and driving Xander crazy. She's like, one of my other boyfriends had this car, but this car's my favorite. And then there's also this car, and he's like, "Oh, kill me." But
it's funny, like when I was a kid, like or 13 or whatever when this aired, I remember thinking like, Xander, just like buck up. She's so hot. Like, how could you? Like, I get it, she's boring, but like, fucking go for it. And now, as an adult, I just totally get it. Like, I could not stand this person. I would never be able to spend any amount of time.
Well, when you were 13, you probably thought you would be driving at some point, and now you have zero interest in cars at all. So
so she's even more boring than I would have thought.
Yeah, but at 13, you were like, "Yeah, I might drive. That might be a thing I'd run into. Maybe just get over it." But now you're like, "That's so far fetched." It's
I guess that's true.
But so Jack's there. We go to the library. Giles is like all upset because the council's not taking his calls. He's like, "This fucking council over there ignoring me all the time." He's all bummed out.
Sure.
Nothing came of that really, but.
Well, we'll meet our new watcher in the next episode.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah, I guess this is like a transition episode, right?
Sure.
We have no watcher.
Right?
Who's in charge?
I mean, it's Giles technically, but
okay. He's like, okay. So I sort of like this one moment where he's like, "What happened to all the jelly donuts? You know, those are my favorite ones."
We didn't know you wanted one. What do you mean? I'm always the one who says, "Let's throw a jelly in the mix."
Yeah, I really felt sorry for him. Buffy, but Willow was like, "Yeah, Buffy ate like a bunch of them." Like
Buffy had 3.
So,
3 jelly donuts. What's going on, Buffy?
That is crazy. Well, why? I mean, you must really like jelly donuts. There was no way you would get. If you were getting 3 donuts, I feel like you would not get the same donut every single time. unless you really liked it. She must really like jelly donuts. So back at the bronze, right?
Yep.
Lost reference. You know what I'm gonna bring up?
No, I'm excited.
Jack has a knife named Kate. Katie, but Xander keeps calling her Kate. He does
very good, very good.
But he's like, I'm gonna stab you, and then there's a cop that shows up, and Xander's like, he says, we're just wrestling, but not the gay kind. and then the cop walks
little
off.
1999 gay panic for you. That's
we say retarded. We say there's gay stuff
right.
in this episode. This is a good one, and. But the bully's like, wow, Xander, you really stood up for me there with the cop. You could have ratted me out, but you didn't do that. And so he's like, look, let's go to the graveyard and we're going to see some of my other pals. So they go to the graveyard, and here's the actor. I told Daniel that I recognized an actor before we started. Here's the actor that I knew.
This is why I thought it would be this guy.
Yeah, he's from a show that I've watched. This is Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, we meet him very clean cut here as Bob the zombie in this episode, but he will go on to be in a very different zombie TV show. Grow a handlebar mustache and get a little gritty. That's right. It's Babraham.
Yeah, Michael Cudlitz, if anyone knows who that actor is. He plays Bob, and I was like, oh shit, that's Michael Cudlitz. And he's pretty funny here. I enjoyed him.
I liked him. Yeah, his big breakout role was Southland, which was a cop show that I watched a little bit of. And I remember going back and watching Buffy after that and being like, holy shit, it's that fucking guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of mind-blowing.
I really enjoyed him here. I thought he was better than the other one. Was it him and another guy, or were there three?
Well, it's him and two other guys, but I don't think either of them even got names. So it's really just like Bob and Jack are the main ones.
Yeah, he was clearly the best. I have a question for you. They mentioned that he's like, hey, have you been taping my favorite show, Walker Texas Ranger? Have you ever seen that show? I feel like you've never brought that up ever.
I've
like
seen
that's not
Walker.
A Daniel show, I feel like.
I've seen a little Walker Texas Ranger, and of course, I was a big Conan fan back in the day, and Conan had a little lever on his desk, and anytime there was like an awkward moment in the show, he could pull the lever, and they would just cue up a random clip from Walker Texas Ranger.
Oh wow, I'm not familiar with that bit.
Very funny.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So, Walker, what a classic. Chuck Norris.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's an episode with Haley Joel Osment, maybe.
Yep.
Did I make that?
Yep. He played that clip on Conan.
Yeah. All right. Well, we go to Willie the Snitch.
Yeah.
All right. Willie the Snitch is there, and he's all beat up.
Yeah, I guess the Sisterhood of Jay kicked his ass.
Yeah, they really did. And he's like, "Hey, they're coming. They're gonna take everybody and destroy the world. I suggest you go find Angel and spend your last night on Earth together. That's what I suggest." And it's very sad. But he's still alive, right, Willie the Snitch?
Yeah, always nice to see Willie.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Willie. And we go then to a hardware store, right? The guys are like, "Oh, we're gonna go bake a cake, right, fellas? Just baking a cake." And Xander's like, all right, fine. And I thought Xander sat there for a little too long. I thought Xander's just taking off as soon as they leave his car.
I'm kind of with you, man.
That was crazy. But he sees Willow. Willow does something weird. She hugs him, and she's like, I love you. I thought that was a weird moment from Willow.
I think Willow thought she was going to die, and she was like, just,
I thought she was going to die?
I think she's scared of the impending apocalypse due to the Sisterhood of Jay, and so she like wants to tell Xander she loves him one more time before she perishes.
Well, I'm glad she didn't die. I'm glad that didn't happen. But so they're basically like, all right, Xander, now it's your turn. We're going to kill you, and then we're going to go bring you back, and then you're going to be part of the crew, something like that. And Xander's like, that sounds terrible. So Xander drives off, and he runs into Faith. Faith's like fighting a demon, and he kills the demon, and then Faith's like, hey, you killed my demon. Now that I don't have a demon, what else am I going to do? Xander, what else am I going to do right now in this moment? Xander, what else are we gonna do? And then, okay, that doesn't happen. But this was sort of pretty graphic. She's like touching on his stuff, and he's like, "Ooh, yeah, now I'm up." You know?
Well, she says, "You up for it?" Meaning, do you want to fuck? And he goes, "Suddenly, I'm very up."
Yeah, they really went for it.
Yeah.
But Xander loses his virginity. I assume not Faith's first time, right?
No, Faith has talked about fucking a lot on the show. She after slang makes her hungry and horny.
Doesn't mean she fucks people.
She fucks.
All right. I mean, I assume so. But
She's talking to Buffy in the next episode, like, you ever want a little after hours?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But, all right. So, and then she kicks him out, and Xander's like, oh, all right. So Xander goes to the, first we get Willow, we get Willow and Oz. Oz is like losing his mind because the Hellmouth's about to open, and it opens, if you guys don't remember, inside the library. So he's locked up in the cage, but the Hellmouth's right there, so he's freaking out, and Willow tranks him. I feel like this is Willow's second time doing that, right?
Yeah,
Didn't
after phases.
Yeah, she did it in phases. With that other guy was going to do it, but then Willow did it.
Right.
So Xander, he sees the explosives in his car, and he's like, "Oh, they weren't gonna bake a cake. Well, I'm so stupid." And he's like, "All right, what am I gonna? What's the plan? Think." And then he's like, "I just had sex." That was so funny. I thought that was one of the best parts of the episode. And then he's like, "I'll go get Buffy's help." So he goes to Buffy, and Buffy's having like this big dramatic scene with Angel where they're like, "The world's ending," and Angel's like, "I'll do it. I'll take care of it all." And then Xander shows up and he sort of crashes it, but then I didn't really understand. But then he just leaves immediately after, and he's like,
well,
I'll do it
it was
myself.
just a joke. Like they were doing almost like a parody, like a stereotypical, like epic Buffy Angel conversation about like forbidden love and the end of the world and shit. And then it's just Xander steps in, like, I guess I'll leave.
But he leaves before they even like say anything to him, or before he even explains. He just like steps in for the joke, and then he walks off. And you're like,
because I think he just realizes like he took all the air out of the room. Like, I don't belong here in this scene.
There's a lot going on. I feel like he should explain himself, though. I feel like he came all this way, but what's the point of leaving? I don't know.
Yeah,
okay. It didn't really work for me. But he goes to the school, I think, and. First there's a great moment where he picks up one of the guys, and he's like interrogating him on it, like he grabs him on his car while he's driving, and he's like, "What is going on?" And he tells him what's going on, and then his head comes off. He hits a mailbox, and his head comes off. He's like, "Oh, well, there goes that plan." But he goes to the school, right? And this was pretty cool. Everything's already happening. Like Xander shows up, and everything's already like going down at the school, like all the big action stuff, and. One of the cool effects, the big worm monster crashes through the wall, scares Xander. Really like that.
Yeah, I like that moment. And it's the same demon that we see in Prophecy Girl coming out of the Hellmouth. So I guess that demon just hangs out right by the door there.
All right, I like that. But he goes down to the boiler room, right? And Jack's down there. There's a bomb, and basically, Xander's ready to sacrifice himself.
This scene drives me insane because you hear the beeping of the bomb, and it never, like, every time I watch this episode, every time they show the bomb, I start counting the beeps, and it's never right.
Oh, that's funny.
There's like a million more beeps than there are seconds on the clock.
I love that. That's hilarious. But I thought this was a cool scene where he's like, they're like having to stand off, like who's gonna. There was a whole thing in this episode, like who has more fear. I don't know if that really made sense to me, but they're like, who's gonna like playing chicken or whatever.
Yeah,
and Xander says something pretty scary. He's like, "I like the quiet," and you're like, "Oh my god, Xander is like ready to die in this moment." It's very sad, but he doesn't. Everybody lives. Jack. Oh, Jack is like, the thing is like, Jack, if he blows up, then there's no bringing him back.
Right. Like Xander says, like, it's not, get resurrected dead. It's get swept up by the janitor dead.
Yeah, you're gone for good if this happens. And Jack's like, all right. So he turns the thing off, and then Oz comes in and he eats him up. And
Yeah.
Oz the next day is like, I feel full today. I don't know why. What's going on?
I'm oddly full.
I'm oddly full. But that's it. We go to the next day. Giles, crazy. This was like a weird. It was like really bright, and everyone's like sitting outside at the tables, and they're like really sad. But Giles is all cut up, and this is actually we never see Giles just like hanging out. I guess he's just doesn't have many responsibilities. He's just a librarian now, right?
Yeah.
So he has more free time. He's just hanging out on his break out there with everybody.
Just hanging out with some kids. No,
Yeah.
everyone loves to see their librarian hanging out with the students.
Yeah, I guess that's interesting. Yeah. And then Cordelia shows up, and she's like, "Xander, you loser," and he sort of acknowledges it, but then he just keeps on walking. I guess he's over it, right? Not letting her get to him.
I think he's discovered his place in the world, and he's more comfortable with it after the events.
And he
of this
fucked,
episode.
right?
Yeah, he got laid, and he fucked Faith, probably the hottest babe on the show right now.
Really? I like Cordelia.
I was such an Eliza. I had such a crush on Faith at this point in my life. Yeah.
And then Bad Girls came on.
I think I saw Bring It On just because she was in it.
Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right, so I give it a 4.
Me too.
I thought that this was a really good episode, and my MVP has got to go to Xander.
Of course, yeah.
Or Faith for fucking Xander. Way to go, Faith.
Good job, Faith.
She's the real MVP.
No, I think it's a gimme. I think it's Xander.
Yeah, easy slam dunk MVP. LVP. I wrote down Cordelia for being mean, but I don't know.
All right, here's what I'm going with. We meet the zombie guys, right? There's Jack O'Toole. He's cool. He's got a knife named Katie. There's Bob. You're like, hey, that's Abraham from The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the guy that gets his head knocked off. All right. And then there's another guy. I'm going with that guy.
They did give reasons for like why they died, right? They're like, you were robbing a place and you got shot, and you were doing this. I didn't keep up with who died how, but they did give us reasons how, right?
Yeah. Jack said he died in a drive-by. I was like, who the fuck drove by and shot you?
Yeah, and he was like, my grandpa resurrected me in 10 minutes. It was like, that would have been a crazy day. I'd like to see that. That should be an episode. We see Jack's day when he died.
Yeah, they'll do like that. Would really be the show going up its own asshole. Do a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern episode about the Zeppo.
Yeah, they should have done that. So that's your LVP. That you don't even know his name or anything.
Yeah, because look, the other 3 gave me something. Who's this guy?
That's fair. I couldn't even remember if there were 2 or 3 of the dead people.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough. But I wrote Cordelia for being mean, so I'll stick with that. And I ranked this one between Band Candy and Faith, Hope, and Trick.
I like this more than both those episodes.
Yeah, I kind of think so too after we just talked about it. I feel like I might go between Halloween and Surprise.
Okay.
Number 15. That seems pretty good.
All right. Read me my... I decided Lover's Walk was better than this, so read me from Lover's Walk down.
All right, Lover's Walk, you have 8. So Lover's Walk, Helpless, Lie to Me, Angel, School Hard, Halloween, Bewitched, Bothered,
Wait, you're going too fast. Lie to Me.
Angel, School Hard,
there,
Halloween.
There. Lie to Me and Angel. Pop it right there.
All right, so I have it at 15, and you have it 11. So very close together. Really enjoyed this episode. Great job, Xander. Thought you did a good job. Yeah.
All right. So the next week...
And wait, I want to say, like, one of my complaints was, like, the villain was a bit weak, but that's really not what the episode's about. The villain is Jack O'Toole, and he's a great villain, I think.
Yeah, I always felt like Buffy nerds that complain about the villain not being good in this episode, or there are some that say, like, they wasted, like, the Hellmouth opening on, like, a background episode. To me, that just means you don't get it.
I agree with that. That's not really the point. Jack O'Toole's the villain, and I thought he was really good. And he's in more movies, and I might watch Biodome today.
Enjoy
I'll
that.
be looking out for him.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Jack O'Toole.